Hi, I'm Chris Gasper, and this is Globe 10.0, joined today by Greg Lee. Super Bowl 45 down in North Texas. It's a young man's game, at least if we're talking about the head coaches. Mike McCarthy of the Packers, 47 years of age, coaching in his first Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is 38 years of age. He's also the youngest coach to ever win a Super Bowl, and he's coaching in his second Super Bowl. So that raises the question, is NFL coaching now a young man's game? Greg Lee, what do you think? You're a young man. At least you used to be.
Yeah, I used to be. Well, you know what? As the players are getting younger, as time goes on, players get younger, and also the time and age of the growing up is a younger game. So right now, a lot of coaches are relating to their players better, who are the younger coaches. Let's take, for example, down Tampa Bay, Ron Morris. Very young guy, with 35 years old. His team's the youngest in the league. They went from 3-13 last year to 10-6 this year.
Yeah,
to a bunch of rookies and second-year players. You cannot discount the fact that if you're trying to reach players who make a lot of money, you need to try to reach them on a personal level. Some way you need to get some street cred with some of the players to get their respect.
I think it helps relate to the players, no question about it. But you know, you look at it. It was just a couple of years ago. I mean, Super Bowl 42. You have Tom Coughlin, who was 61 years of age at the time, and he beats Bill Belichick. Belichick's actually one of the older coaches in the league. Guys like Shula and Landry, they were young coaches at one time. I think if you're a great coach, you're a great coach. I don't think it's just a young man's game. I will say this. I think today with Twitter and the internet and the media attention, I think guys can get burnt out a little bit faster. You look at Urban Meyer at Florida. That's a college coach, but he's a young guy, and he already got burnt out. So I think you're going to see fewer coaches who coach to be 65, 70 years old. But I mean, Parcells was fairly successful in Dallas. I mean, he didn't win a playoff game, but he turned that thing around.
When the last time he won a championship?
Yeah, you're
We're
right.
talking about Super Bowls.
No, you're right. I mean, for Super Bowls, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's hard. You look at guys like Shula and Landry. It got to a certain point where they stopped winning playoff games. They stopped winning Super Bowls in their 60s. But I think there are exceptions to the rule. Dick Vermeil won it, with Kurt Warner.
That's a decade ago. That's a lifetime ago.
I still think, I don't think you can say it's just a young man's game. I think Mike Tomlin happens to be a very good coach who's a young coach. Bill Belichick was 38 when he took over in Cleveland. If he'd had Tom Brady back then I think he would have gone to the Super Bowl. He had Vinny Testaverde. I don't think it's just young coaches. I think if you're good, I will say this, it's easier now, I think, for young coaches to get an opportunity. You look at Josh McDaniels, it didn't work out. Raheem Morris, it did. I think it's easier for young coaches to get an opportunity, but I don't think it's just a young man's game. I think if you're a good coach, you're a good coach, and you have two very good coaches in this Super Bowl, just happen to be under the age of 50.